Hello. I am going to vlog a random reading week. Right now, I am finishing up Brimstone. I am almost done with it. I've got about, 100 and some odd pages to go, 150 pages to go with this. I am loving it. It's just so fun. I'm really liking this so far. It's everything I wanted it to be. So this is almost done. So I'm going to be finishing this. When I'm done with that, I want to start Everlasting by Alex C. Harrow, because this is going to be due back at the library early next week. I need to read this for Kayla's book club. It smells so good, new book. I read the first couple of pages of this and it seems like it's going to be an interesting time. There's the first line of this is something I wouldn't even want to read out here. So yeah, I think that'll be fun. I also need to read this for my in-person book club at the beginning of next week on Monday. So we'll see if I can fit all these things in. I just discovered that the audiobook that just got released for this is on Hoopla, so that's exciting. So I'll be able to let me get through this more quickly, because I don't have audiobooks for any of the rest of those. Well, I have one for Brimstone, but I'm almost done with that. And then on the side, I might start this too. And the shortlist for the Goodreads Choice Awards came out, and the horror books that I hadn't read did not make the shortlist, so I've read all those, so I was able to vote. I voted for Buffalo Hunter. I really enjoyed that one. Yep, so I'm just going to sit here and read for a little bit. I ran today. The marathon is in a little over a month. It is, yeah, like a month and 2 weeks away now, so I'm exhausted. I did my 20-mile run last week. First 20-miler. I'm not going to do another one until I think the second week in December. So that was exhausting, but I did it and I felt good the whole time. So it made me a little bit more comfortable with the idea of running a half marathon and then a full marathon the next day in January. So that's good. I didn't feel like I was going to die, so that's always good. I'm going to sit here, watch Gavin's sprints, and then read a little bit more of Brimstone. He cracks me up. And in this copy, there's a picture of him in the back. I got the paperback from Blackwell's because I prefer a paperback if I can get one.
Yeah, squishy. Just a squishy. Hello, Ellie Bells. Hi. You can't even see her. She's so dark. Mommy, leave me alone. I'm sleeping. And then the girl did start putting out some of the Christmas decorations. Gotta pull the rest of them out of the basement.
Give you an update on what I've been reading. This is not the best lighting. Maybe I'll move you over here. Oh, I don't think it's gonna get any better. Anyway, we'll just put you up here. I finished Brimstone yesterday. I loved it. I gave it 5 stars. I liked it as much as Quicksilver. I liked the character development we got in here. We got a lot more information about the world and the things that they're going to be dealing with and what they're currently dealing with. It does say in the synopsis that, yeah, that Kingfisher travels back to Zilvarin. So I was worried a little bit when I thought they were going to be apart for a while, because sometimes that can really be a lull in a romantasy book, or you know, you don't want them to be apart, you want them to be together. But I really liked how this was done, and it wasn't like they were apart for too long, but there was still tension and yearning and drama in here. So I really liked that. Just lots of new discoveries that I like, and I'm excited to see where it's gonna go. I really still love Carrion. He is so fun and so silly and douchey and sarcastic, and I love him. I'm excited to see how his character develops into this book. We get little inklings of things to come. I'm excited to see how he turns out in the future. I am excited for the third book that we'll get in a year, but there's so many other things to read between now and then that I think it'll be a fun wait, and it'll just make it better when we actually get to see what I think will be the conclusion as far as I know from what's planned. I recommend. I like it. I'm now, what am I, 78 pages into the Everlasting. I'm liking this. The first few chapters are getting the basis of this Luna Everlasting's legend. We're getting a feel for our main character, who I believe he's a scholar, sort of a historian. He's a historian, and he has had this love for her and this legend for so long. And the first few chapters, we're just kind of getting the groundwork for that. And then now, about 50 pages in, getting into the parts where he's going back, see her back in time. And he already has so much passion and love for the legend. So now he's getting to know the actual woman behind the legend, how historians have whitewashed some things that happened, and we're going to find out, I'm sure, what really happened. And we're already seeing, you know, as he's writing about what he's experiencing with her in the beginning, we're seeing what he's experiencing and then how he's kind of writing it in a way that is making her out to be even better than she is, not really telling the whole truth because he wants to preserve her shiny, happy legend, seeing who she really is and what she really thinks and how she really got involved in this empire. I'm sure there's a seedy underbelly to that, because when you're conquering a bunch of people and trying to put them under one god and one rule of law, it's usually not a good thing. But of course, the historians have put it about in such a way that it is supposed to be seen as like putting peace into the world and having everybody united. So we'll see where this goes. I'm liking it so far. Now that we've gotten into it, just was a little bit of a slow start, but settling in nicely. On a 5-mile run. It's going well. I'm about 2.5 miles into it. Keeping up with my pace and under 12 minutes miles. Got a Christmas tree farm right there. Sure, I look like a hot mess. It's actually warm out. It's like in the 50s today, but it's very humid. But yeah, it's going well. And I'm listening to Futility, and I'm liking it so far. It's reminding me kind of a Quakey Mezzy, maybe because it's in Nigeria, but also because it pulls no punches. It doesn't mince words at all. Very graphic language and puts it all out there. And it's interesting. I'm liking it so far. And as you can see, everything is brown and dead and sad. It's that time of year. All right, I'm gonna continue to listen to this and finish up my run. So I've been reading on and off all day today. We got the tree up and everything all decorated, except we haven't actually put the ornaments on the tree. We just have the lights and the beads and a couple of like these giant ornaments that we like to stick in the gaps of the tree. So we've got that all set up. It's over there, you can see it. That was nice. It's the day before Thanksgiving, so the kids had a half day and I ran 5 miles. Also my husband's birthday today, so we got some takeout for his birthday, and we're gonna have cake when we get back from Thanksgiving because we're leaving tomorrow, and he didn't want to have a cake and then not be able to have leftover cake. So I have gotten about almost 100 pages into Futility by Nuzo Ono. This is pretty visceral. It's a horror book, if you didn't know that, and it's based in Nigeria. Yes, it's African horror, so that's pretty cool. It's not something I've read a whole lot of before. Say anything politely, it's really in your face. I'm liking that, but it's just kind of like shocking at some moments. Definitely different than a lot of other things I've read. I mean, culturally, it's very different, but it's also not taking itself super seriously. I just read chapter 7, and I'm like, is everyone in this book a murderer? Has everybody killed lots of people? There's a lot of Nigerian kind of folklore, magic, deals with demons and devils and spirits, cannibalism and eating genitals and lots of other things. So there's 2 women in here are the primary characters so far. And there's Chia, who she runs a restaurant, and all the men are captivated by her beauty, but it's not what it seems. And the stew, her soup, has a special ingredient. And then there's Claire, who's a British woman, and she's older. She's 50. And she's living in Nigeria, definitely a crappy person. And it says in here that her life is going to spiral out of control after a night at Chia's infamous restaurant. So we are 92 pages into this, and we are not there yet. Chia and Claire both, you don't like them. And especially Claire, but I mean, they're both not good people, it seems. Yeah, I don't know what to think of it yet. Definitely entertaining. The first line of this book, from the very first line, it says, Chia stared at the tallest man's shriveled penis. Fighting, what is that little thing I'm seeing between your legs? Oh, very interesting. And now that I'm getting a little bit into this, a little less like shocking. I don't know if I'm getting used to it or if it's actually getting less shocking. And then the next chapter, it says, Claire Bellows lifted her generous bum from the faux leather sofa and released a delicate fart. And then it goes on to describe her farts. It's gross. That's Futility. And then I am 125 pages into The Everlasting, and I think I might have already said, but this is about a historian studies the hero Una Everlasting, and he ends up somehow going back in time, and he's already like so much in love with this woman that he's studied forever, and learning about her legends, the history, and what's real and what's not, and what's going to happen, and blah blah blah. I think I already told you about that, but I'm on chapter 11 now, and I'm really liking it a lot. I just really am liking the writing. You haven't really gotten to see like the relationship at all yet much, and I'm already 115 pages into it. It's only a 300-page book. Just am really liking it, and I'm on chapter 11 now. We're getting a change in perspective, which I'm really interested in, so we'll see. Everyone seems to be really loving this, and I am liking it so far. I will say it was a slow start, so if you're getting into it and you're not liking it right away, I would give it at least 50 pages before you decide not to read it. And yeah, because it took me a while to get into it, but I'm really liking it now. I don't know how much I'll be able to read over the next day because it's Thanksgiving and we're going up to New Hampshire. But these are the 2 I am going to be bringing with me and working on a tad. I don't think I'll be able to get much done because we usually are chatty with the family. We have my husband's family and all his cousins and his aunts and uncles, and it's a pretty big crowd up there. So it's usually a nice family, homey feeling. So I'm looking forward to it, and his aunt makes the best rolls ever. So I'm excited about that. Anyways, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. All right, so I'm at the trail. I need to go run. It is now the Saturday after Thanksgiving. I was away on Thanksgiving and I finished my books, and I really didn't get a chance to update you or vlog at all because we were with family. So I'm going to just do it now before I head out and run. I look a bit of a mess as per usual, but my eyes are very blue in this lighting. It's very bright. Anyways, I finished The Everlasting this morning, and I really loved it. This one took me a lot longer than I thought it was going to. I think it is one of those books where you just kind of have to like ease into it, sink into it, and just let the writing and just wash over you. It definitely has a lot of really quotable, beautiful moments in here. This is about 2 people throughout time who find each other over and over again and fall in love through lots of trials and tribulations. Also about, stories and reporting and media and how they can be manipulated to get people to believe certain things and support certain things. That's in the background as well. So there's a lot to be said in here. It's beautifully written, and then also it has some poignant messaging as well. And I really liked it. I liked how Una was like this big brawny lady, and what's the dude's name? Owen.
Owen was kind of this like scrawny, dorky glasses guy. In the beginning, I didn't fully buy into it. It did take some time to sink into the story. So if it doesn't grab you right away, I wouldn't give up too quickly. This book is a grower, not a shower. As I went into it, I'm like, this is like maybe a 3-star. And then as I got more into it, I'm like, oh, this is definitely at least a 4-star. And then by the time I finished, I'm like, 5 stars, baby. So I think even on a, excuse me, I'm going in my mouth. It was very rude of me. I do think this on a second read would be even better for me. So I really, really liked it. Did not cry, but I teared up a little bit at the end. I also finished up Futility. I ended up listening to this most on audio. The audiobook is great. I love being able to hear the Nigerian accents and the different like Nigerian slang that's used in a Nigerian accent. I really liked that. This, like I said, is pretty gruesome. It pulls no punches. It's pretty vile in the language that's used. Lots of profanity, lots of gross bodily function type of things. My thoughts on this one are, I liked it. I thought I was entertained the whole time. It made me smile. It made me laugh. It made me cringe. It made me feel nauseous at times. So it definitely did something for me. I think I'm going to give it a 3.75. It didn't quite feel like a 4 for me. I am going to see what happens during the live show on Sunday because I may change my mind higher or lower. Definitely think this is going to be one that some people are not going to like at all. There's a lot of interesting language being used in here. And I'm not saying that as like the cultural stuff. I'm saying just as like the crude and gruesome kind of talk in here. I don't want to spoil anything, but I did not think that what happened at the end of this book, I think they deserved much worse in my opinion. And then there's one person in here and what happens to them at the end of this book. I wish that hadn't happened. I didn't really see why that had to happen. That took the rating for me down a little bit. I wished that in the end I was like, yeah, they got what they deserved. And I didn't feel that way. I wanted their end to be entertaining and, you know, fulfilling, and I was not satisfied by it, which I wanted to be. I mean, it wasn't bad, but it just didn't give me the oomph, you know, the 4-star, like it didn't make it over to the 4 stars for me, my little. Then what happened to the other, like more minor character, I was like, all right, it's definitely not a 4. Anyways, I am gonna go run probably 8-ish miles today. Thanksgiving was good. Thanks for asking. We went up to New Hampshire. My husband's family all lives up there, and they're all very welcoming and nice and wonderful and warm, and they've always been that way. I've been with my husband since I was 19, and I'm 43? No, 42. I'm turning 42 next weekend. So it's been a long time that I've known them all. So we're very chill family, and I love them. What I'm going to pick up next, I need to listen to something. I started listening to Silver Elite because my hold is due back at the library in a few days, so I'll probably just continue listening to that and see if that's something that I want to read. I don't know. I do have the book from Book of the Month, I think. So anyway, let's go. I am done with my run. I got 8 miles in. Felt pretty good. I'm about to cough from running in the cold. It's in the 40s today. It's not too bad. It's sunny, so it's actually pretty nice running weather in my opinion. I like it chilly. Gotta recover a little bit here. Anyways, I got almost 25% into Silver Elite. I'm liking it. I'm surprised because I was kind of expecting not to, you know. Just went into it, gave it a shot, and I'm liking it. I think it's fun. I mean, it's not, you know, rewriting the wheel or whatever, reinventing the wheel, as they say. It's cute. We're following Ren, and she is a mod, which means she has some sort of telepathy powers. She can read minds, and mods in this world are imprisoned or killed most of the time. And so she has to be in hiding, and all the other mods are also in hiding. Something happens, and Ren ends up being recruited into a program to train these silver soldiers, sort of, who work for the current government that is suppressing the mods. In the past, the mods suppressed I think they call them primes. I think that's what they call them. And of course now the primes overthrew them, and now they're suppressing the mods, and it was a back and forth, and they killed most of them, but some of them have been imprisoned and now have to work for the primes, and many others are still in hiding. And Ren ends up in this program that she's being trained. They don't know that she's a mod because most mods, their blood glows when they use any sort of telekinetic powers, and for some reason hers don't. We don't know why. She doesn't know her parents. Her parents, I think, were killed or something a long time ago. And she's taken in by this other guy who's also a mod that helped to train her. And of course, she's a super, super powerful mod because she's the protagonist of the story. So of course she is. There's this guy who's in the program that is the general's son, and he is training everybody in the silver program. And of course, this guy that I think she calls Cross, I think that's his first name. He's super, super sexy, but also, you know, the leader of this organization that searches out mods and maybe kills them. So anyway, I'm finding it interesting enough. It's probably going to be like a 3, maybe a 3.5, maybe a 4, depending on where it goes. I have to read Serpent and the Wolf by Monday night, but it's Saturday, so I have to at least start that probably tomorrow, so I'll be able to finish it. So maybe I can bang out Problematic Summer Romance in one day. I don't know. What I should do is start Serpent on the Wolf now, but I really don't feel like that kind of a fantasy right now when I'm already listening to Silver Elite, and I'd go for something more contemporary. So we'll see. It's Sunday now. I'm in the car, about ready to go for another run. I have to do 5 miles today.
But yeah, I decided to give this series a second chance, and like, actually, I want to...
Shush, Alexa. So yesterday I got 40% into Silver Elite, and I'm still liking it. It's, like I said, it's not reinventing the wheel or anything, but I am liking it. I don't really think her name Ren knows what she's doing in here yet. We don't really know what she's doing in here yet. Currently she's not really showing off any of her skills or anything at this school because she's undercover and she doesn't want to be found out, and also she would like to be kicked out, but now she's trying. I think I might have said that in the last clip. But yeah, this is the book of the month edition. So I've been listening to that. I'm going to continue listening to this on my run, because I know there's been some controversy over this one, but you know, as far as entertainment value, fine. I'm liking it enough to finish it, I think, anyway. I ended up picking up The Collector because I realized that I have had this book since September out from my library, and I'm going to be out of holds on Tuesday, so I better hop to it. So yesterday I read this physically when I had time in between decorating the tree and things, and I got 100 pages into this. This is a old one. This was first published in the 60s, I believe, but I can double check that. Let me see. Yes, 1963 was the original publication date for this, and I've just heard a lot about this author and book, and it sounded interesting, so I decided to give it a shot. I always like to find the hidden books that maybe you don't hear about as much these days, but they kind of come back around every so often. And this is renowned to be like maybe one of the first thrillers, and I would say psychological thrillers, and it is a bit of a psychological thriller. It's definitely thriller-esque, but it's a little bit more literary. It is about a man, what's his name, Ferdinand? I think it's Ferdinand, and a woman named Miranda, and Ferdinand is, I think, a bank teller or something like that. He's obsessed with this woman. He follows her around, ends up winning the lottery, and he buys a house and sets up this whole very nice dungeon down in the basement, and he ends up kidnapping her. And I don't know if that's part of the synopsis or not, but he does that. And he is also a butterfly collector. He likes to catch butterflies and pin them to walls and things like that. So yes, he ends up abducting her and keeping her prisoner, and I'm 100 pages in, and we're from his point of view so far, and I know at 120 pages in the second that we actually get from her POV, so I'm interested in that, because most of this first part, I mean, very little happens. It's just about them having conversations and her trying to negotiate with him and trick him and all sorts of things. And yeah, it's I'm liking this so far. I'm liking the writing. It's intriguing and interesting, and I am happy that I picked it up. I need to update you on books I was finishing in this vlog and then never updated you on before I wrapped it up. So I did finish Silver Elite. I ended up giving it 3 stars. I enjoyed it. I think I'll read the next one at some point. Ren makes a really stupid decision at one point that is very, very stupid. And I don't understand why she did that. I mean, I guess she's a young girl and she decided to do this thing, but it seems like she would have taken a lot more consideration for her to do this thing that goes against everything she has done to protect herself her whole life. And it causes a cascading effect and brings about the rest of the events in this book towards the end. So that annoyed me. I can see the flaws in this book, but I was also pretty highly entertained, so I ended up giving it a 3, and I'm gonna keep it on my shelves for now. This is definitely one that I think will be likely to get on hold at some point, maybe after I read the next one, and decide whether or not I want to continue. I'll probably wait possibly until I can get it at the library or on KU or whatever. I don't even know if I said I started this one, but I did read The Serpent and the Wolf. I had a book club for this on the 1st of December, so I had to get this done pretty quickly. I listened to most of it, and this is going in the on haul pile. I gave it a 2. Just wasn't anything special, and I wasn't really all that entertained. I wasn't invested. I didn't care about anybody. And maybe if I hadn't already read such, Brimstone was so good, and The Everlasting was so good. So if I hadn't just read those, maybe I would have enjoyed this. I would say if I'd never picked up a romantasy before in my life and I read this, probably would have enjoyed it, but there's just so much more out there that is better. I wouldn't say this is a bad book. If you have it, I would still give it a shot, but I'm gonna unhaul this one. So 2 stars for this. I didn't even say what this is about. This is about a girl whose brother marries her off to some other nation because he wants to invade it. And so yeah, she gets married off in some political scheme. She has magic that she thinks is going to kill her, so she has to learn how to control that and learn about that. And then Vasa is the woman's name and Reed is the man's name, and they decide to fake date. They're already married, but to fake date so that they can use each other's resources and things to get what they each individually want, because their brother's a piece of shit. And the last one I have to catch you up on is The Collector. I did finish The Collector. I ended up giving it a 4. The middle part of the book lost me a little bit because there's a lot about, it's from the woman's perspective who gets abducted and imprisoned and kept in this basement. So she talks a lot about her life before, and she's a very wealthy, privileged person, and obviously that doesn't mean she deserves what is happening to her, but you get kind of some of this hoity-toity perspective, which at first is annoying, but then you slowly see her perspectives shift a bit as she's talking about her life. And she's a young woman. She's, I think, 19, 20. So
she was ripped out of her life and put in this situation before she's really had a chance to bloom and blossom and figure out what her own opinions are. And she talks a little bit about some political British stuff, which I'm not American. I don't really understand all that. So that kind of lost me for a little bit, but it does come back around. In the ending, we get more from his perspective. What is his name? Ferdinand. I ended up really enjoying it. It's different. It's interesting. It was written in the 60s. So at one point I thought it was funny because they don't say sex like at all, but it's alluded to a lot. The discussions about collecting and taking something beautiful out in the world and hiding it away from everyone else and how that's really selfish. And that's what he's doing with her and the butterflies. That so yeah, these are some quotes from The Collector. I really like this quote. It says, "It is me. I am his madness. For years, he's been looking for something to put his madness into, and he found me." So I really liked that quote. And then it says, "He's not human. He's an empty space disguised as human." Also discusses, you know, what more people would do if they had the money to do so. Like, he won the lottery and there's no way he would have been able to do this. Previously, he was just stalking this woman and following her around. And now he has the means to buy a house and set up this apartment downstairs. And all he wants is for her to love him. But obviously, if someone abducts you against your will and keeps you prisoner, you're not going to love them. So yeah, it was an interesting book. I recommend it. Anyway, this is going to end this vlog for the week. We'll see what I come up with next. Happy holidays if you celebrate, and like, subscribe, comment down below. I would love to look if you've read any of these books. If not, you can put a sword in the comments if you made it this far, and we'll see you later. Bye.